So with the introduction of the Lucky Hat in Grounded now, I thought I'd share something I discovered a while ago, and I don't think anyone else has found this. Any searches I do come up with the old how to cheese X boss and whatnot. So yeah, I thought I'd give a rundown of how broken two pieces of roofing can be, because they overlooked them. Just to clarify, this is in the current build. This isn't something I've I suppose I discovered it an update or two ago, but they've still not they've still not patched it. You can still do this, and it is likely to last through the next patch, like when they do patch it, because unless they do something to actually destroy build anything you've constructed in a boss arena before the fight, yeah, as long as you can keep them repaired, you'll be fine. So, what is this magical thing you ask? Well, as you can see, it is the 1x2 feather roofing panels. It also works with the 1x1 roofing panels, but these ones are more efficient, and I think they have more health than the 1x1s, so they'll survive any boss screams. But yes, you can build these on anywhere where you have no land rights. As long as there's dirt or something wooden, it should allow you to build. And this includes the 4 major boss arenas and the assistant manager. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's start with the easiest of the ones to show you, shall we? This is a fresh run of the assistant manager. I thought it would help to show it actually in action and whatnot. So once you have cracked open the glass, the dirt pillar that is nearby can be used as the support structure, and you can build 1 or 2 little bridges straight into the arena and use them to hop onto the platform above, effectively putting you out of the way of the fight. As long as you don't stand near the electrified towers, you won't get hurt, because I think the angle's too steep for the assistant manager to fire his energy balls at you, and they just bounce off the walkway, either going backwards or hopefully underneath. I don't think they'll bounce up and around to get you, but you should be safe, and the fight is ridiculously easy. And there you have it. A relatively easy assistant manager fight. For the Broodmother, you're aiming to build just to the right of the entrance and try and work your way up as high as possible so that you're above the second set of cocoons. And once you get up there, she shouldn't bother you at all. This fight will pretty much be just wait for you to complete it. None of the spiders can get you, and she shouldn't move to attack. The AI might try and get you. They can have moments of bravery, but you should be completely safe, and it'll just be as smooth as this. And there you have it. Remember to make sure you've got dissection on, and possibly turn it off and on again, like activating an extra mutation or not. I've been having trouble with the ambassador working lately. I've had to turn it off and on again a few times when I was doing the assistant manager. Something that should be noted, make sure you have a repair tool on you, because the screams that the Broodmother lets out will damage the platforms. Thankfully, it's not that much, and you can repeat her quite easily with the 1x2s. The 1x1s don't quite have as much health, by the looks of it, so that's why I moved on to these. But once you've got them fixed up, you can just stick another item in, summon her, fight her again, rinse, repeat. Hopefully, if you're doing this in New Game Plus 4, you will get the infused weapon, which could be that game changer that you're looking for. So, for the infected Broodmother, this time instead it's on the left side of the entrance, and you will need to build up steepish and use these fungus nodules as stepping stones, because they're the only thing you can stand on that won't slide you off. Part of the counter to previous methods has been to make the mushrooms unfarmable and slide you off, but for some reason they missed that one mushroom that you're aiming for near the ceiling. As long as your platforms are sort of at the base of the cap for the large dark mushroom up there, you should be golden. It'll just let you just hop on. Remember to put some sort of speed boosting mutation or gear on, because you're going to have to run all the way back down the room and then carefully jump up, making sure to make little movements. As you can see, the infected Broodmother will be moving around, but once you get to a certain point, she should just stand there and not be too much of an issue. Phase 1 will be a piece of cake. She'll just stand there and do absolutely nothing. You won't have to worry about it at all, and you'll breeze through it, as you can see. You may want to put some stamina boosting gear on if you've got some up to that point. Phase 2 is where it will become a bit more difficult, because she'll start to scream certain points on her health bar. You will need to learn how to perfect parry these, because otherwise they can knock you off the mushroom. But the direction you fall or get knocked back is in relation to her position to you. Once you pass phase 2 though, phase 3 is just the same as phase 1, but with a bigger health bar, and she'll just stand there and take the damage, which is great. It's a very odd behaviour, because if you were actually down there fighting her, she screams regularly. She jumps around dropping dust, and I think she also spawns, is it the infected gnats or weevils to get in your way? If you're going to repeat her in multiple fights in a row, make sure you take some glue, because you'll need to repair whatever weapons or whatever range weapons you use. But there you go. With a bit of perseverance, you can get through and beat her really easily. As you can see, pretty much all of the platforms will be destroyed during the fight. So you will have to rebuild this arena every time you fight her. But once you get it down and you learn where some good points are, you'll do it in like a couple of minutes each time. It's not that hard. Just a bit of jumping up and down like a madman. So yeah, it's this bit that grinds me down a little. I'll admit, I only do it a few times in a session if I'm farming her. There's no real point in farming her too much outside of like the initial playthrough, because there's like an achievement for 100%ing the run, which it's best doing on your first run, because once you go through, it resets all the white molars, and you can't. Well, you shouldn't, in theory, be able to use a guide for those because they're random. So it's best to do everything 100%, beat the infected Broodmother, complete the game, get that achievement out of the way, because you kind of handicap yourself if you try and do it in New Game Plus, because then you've got to blindly find all the stuff. But as you can see, a bit of work, and I managed to make my way up to the base of the Dark Mushroom Cap using the stems that had broken, and ta-da! Sorted. Before we move on to the Mantis, I thought I'd quickly show you the Wasp Queen. As you can see, her arena can also be built in. The issue here is she is an aerial boss, so there is very little point. I don't know whether you could actually section the room in half or not. You could possibly make it easier to melee her. Generally, though, I would say don't bother, because again, aerial boss, no point. The drones and wasps that she calls in have to be killed as well. Don't forget that. That is a wipe mechanic, so you need to keep on top of it. So separating the map out probably isn't the best thing to do. So lastly, we have the Mantis, and what you're aiming to do is build up sort of a set of stairs of platforms outside, and then you feed them through the gap between, like in the orchid and plant pot, which I was surprised that you were actually allowed to do that. Your overall goal is to build up so that you can jump through the leaves, because they're not rendered, but onto this branch here, but don't go too far down. There is some sort of invisible barrier that stops you from shooting, so you have to sort of be on the you've got to sort of edge into it and work out what that spot is. But you once you're in the right place, you'll be able to take it out with no issues at all. Like the Broodmother bosses, something to note is that the platforms will be damaged. An unfortunate thing about this is that you can't repair all of them, because you can't reach the ones that are between the outside and the inside of the arena. Um, for like even the Black Ant wrench, which I'm sure repairs in an AOE, can't reach them. The screams also reach outside the pot, though I don't know if that's something that like the Broodmothers also share. I'd have to test like the wave or the distance of their scream wave. But yeah, you would have to build one piece back from like wherever the scream hits to save those stairs that you make, and then you can just build straight in again. Which this will involve a lot of stem and feather investments. As you can see, I found a point where my head pokes through the wall. You can't reach any of that. That's just all lost. Unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, so if you really want to farm the Mantis, you are going to have to invest in some stuff. Or if you're like doing it on New Game Plus 4, save scumming, just going back and doing it, or waiting till you come to loot the body and load and save. But yeah, I hope that helped. I hope you are able to get some good trinkets from New Game Plus if you're doing that. And I also hope you're able to get the infused boss items easily before it gets patched out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in whatever it is I do next. See ya.